Resolvia todo tipo de problema, desde as locações até o elenco. Então, quando chegava para fazer a cena, eu comemorava. É ali que você conhece com quem vai contracenar. Às vezes, é uma cena de amor ou de luta, e você acabou de conhecer o ator. Do ação ao corta, me diverti mais dessa do que das outras vezes. Neste filme, há uma batalha dentro dele, entre o lado animal e humano. Não queria ficar bonitão ou parecido com um fisiculturista. Queria que as veias aparecessem, para ficar com uma aparência que ressaltasse o lado animal. É Wolverine, sabe? É divertido, tem ação, é malvado.
De volta pela sexta vez à pele do mutante Wolverine, o super-herói das histórias em quadrinhos nunca esteve tão musculoso.
O treinamento foi muito difícil. Principalmente na minha idade, você não fica assim da noite pro dia. Tive que malhar pesado 1 ano e meio.
Isso sem falar nas cenas de ação, como essa no topo de um trem-bala. Hugh Jackman não esconde que é apaixonado pelo Brasil e por futebol. Quando o time da Austrália foi classificado para a Copa do Mundo, ele comemorou numa rede social. Vamos pro Rio, super resultado, parabéns. Pergunto se ele vai mesmo pro Brasil em 2014.
Eu adoraria ir. Acho que vou me mudar para o Rio no ano que vem, porque eu adoro Copa do Mundo e adoro também as Olimpíadas. E como já tivemos as Olimpíadas em Sydney, eu sei que é quando você vê o melhor da cidade e dos moradores. Eu sei que tem muita gente apostando em problemas no Brasil, violência, falta de ingresso, mas as pessoas terão a melhor festa da vida delas. A Austrália estar na Copa já é o máximo. Pelo menos as nossas seleções têm a camisa da mesma cor.
What's the time that you decide that the next one is going to be my last movie as Wolverine?
I was having dinner with a friend of mine who's a comedian, had a TV show, Jerry Seinfeld, and I was just chatting with him about why or how he finished and what was the decision. And as he was telling me, I was like, it just hit me. This is it. I got very, very excited about what was possible, and I got very nervous about it. I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning, not long after that dinner, and I recorded something in my phone, and I sent it to a couple of close friends and to James Mangold. And that's when we started.
What I loved about the movie is that a lot of ways to see it. Like you can see it like political or psychological, and one of the ways to see it is your relation with the character. Did you ever felt during the shooting that you were like in this big therapy session with this character that has been with you for 17 years?
Acting is therapy. It is active therapy, because if you don't understand yourself and your own failings and your fears, there's no way you can play someone else. Playing this part makes me a lot calmer. I've done this for 17 years. I think I better start going to therapy, or maybe I'll just start yelling from a cliff top or something.
Oh, enfezadinho do oceano.
Logan is really, this is a movie, a study of family and yes, of aging and dying and finding peace and some kind of peace about your life. With regret, how do you live with regret and pain and the past, and how do you find some hope to move forward? And that's something that everyone faces, I have to say. I mean, you're young, but at some point you're going to get there.
Daphne King is like a force of nature, and you have such a difficult and visceral scene. So how do you achieve that with such a young girl?
You have to find an extraordinary actress who just happens to be 11 years old. I was nervous about this story point because I said, Jim, I love this idea of having a girl, and this is really cool. But are we going to be able to find that? Like, how do we do that? This character barely speaks, right, for the first half of the movie or more. She's incredible. I can't speak highly enough of her.
She's like you. Of time. Very much like you.
Patrick Stewart made her promise him that she would do theatre one day.
Oh.
And she said, okay. You know, she's 11. Yeah, sure. I'll do theatre. And she goes, no, no, no. You have to promise me, because a scene like we just did, you're 11. You don't understand how beautiful this scene is. And it really was a lovely, lovely scene between us. It was written beautifully, and he goes, when you're like me, you finish a scene like that, it makes you sad, because you know you'll never ever get to do that scene again in your life. as an actor. But when you get a great scene and you're in the theatre, you know you get to do it 8 times a week for 6 months. Make sure you do the theatre. Great advice.
You're adorable.
I always remember to watch your Actors Studio episode when you say what you study to find the tone for Wolverine. Like you were watching some exhibition on wolves and how they always with their nose to the ground and how they feel the environment different.
For that character and that animal, it's about smell. So they're leading, you think they're looking with their eyes, but they're leading with their smell. They're smelling everything and working everything out. So you always have to dip your head down, make sure there it is, and you're looking through, in a way, your eyebrows. But actually what's leading you is this sense of smell. And what I love about that is it's not just the physical smell, it's that sixth sense that you can tell when something's off.
It's amazing. It's been 17 years in this character. What is your favorite moment in all these years in the Xmen franchise?
It's going to sound like I'm promoting the movie, but this movie is my favorite. There are lots of really funny moments for me along the way. I loved it. I don't know if I can swear on this, but when I say you're a dick in that first, there's some moments, you're a dick. When I did a little cameo once, and I shot for half a day, and I said, go F yourself to James Murray.
Go fuck yourself.
Like, I like those quippy moments, but for me, this movie, I feel like when I look up at that character, I love that character more than I've ever loved it before. I feel the weight of his disappointment, of his guilt, of his pain, and also near the end of the movie to see him find some peace is great.
Not okay!
You were not a fan of comic books when you started, but...
Just never read them.
Could you say that now you are a fan of comic books?
Absolutely. And have tremendous respect for the artists. I had underestimated it all these years. I don't know, I wasn't exposed to it. I don't know why. But the artwork, the storytelling, the depth of the character, the things they have to say politically, philosophically, I love them. And my kids are really into them now.
What is their favorite character?
My son's favorite growing up was Tintin.
Oh.
Yeah. They like X-Men, but they're not going to tell me. They wouldn't tell me Logan is their favorite.
Okay. You were saying before in the press conference about how much it changed the industry when you started. Kevin Feige was only the assistant producer when you started. So
assistant to the producer.
To the producer.
Not assistant producer.
Oh, okay.
Assistant to the producer.
What is the main change when you started in the first X-Men and now that you're doing Logan?
Well, it's mainstream now.
Yeah.
It was definitely a peripheral thing. There is a huge variety under that. I mean, it almost needs different genres. I mean, to put Avengers or X-Men with Deadpool, with Logan, they all feel very, very different to me. They're evolving and changing, and they need to. There's a lot of them. So it's like animated movies. If you just put out 50 animated movies a year that are all kind of the same.
And you have like a lot of scars, and it's like your eyes is always red in the movie. Like, how was the makeup process to give you that?
Yeah, we did. I wore contact lenses the whole time, to really redden my eyes, and had scars on. And I wish I would say it took a lot longer to make me look that bad, but it was pretty quick.
How was to fight with yourself?
That is so weird. I'll tell you the reality of that is, one day I play one side, the other day I play the other, right? But when I am playing, I have to actually fight my stunt double, who I've worked with for years. So I never fought my stunt double. It's either me or him doing the same thing. And I never forget the first day, because every time you fight, you make mistakes and you punch each other and you hurt each other. The first time I punched him right in the jaw as a mistake, he looked at me. I remember thinking, Dad, I'm so sorry. He goes, don't worry, I'll get you back. And he did.
Hit me!
Thank you so
My
much.
pleasure.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Omelette. I like that, man.